Ever wonder what makes people tick? What drives them to do the things they do? It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries. But what if I told you the answer might be found not in a textbook, but in the story of a man who revolutionized the world with a car? I'm talking about Henry Ford, and his story is a masterclass in behavioral psychology and persuasion. Back in the early 1900s, cars were a luxury item, custom-built and incredibly expensive. Ford had a radical idea, a car for the masses. The Model T, but to build it, he needed a new kind of factory, a new kind of worker, and a whole new way of thinking about motivation. This is where it gets really interesting. Ford's assembly line was a marvel of efficiency, but the work was mind-numbingly repetitive. Workers were quitting in droves. The turnover rate was a staggering 370%. His dream was on the verge of collapse. He was losing money faster than he could make cars. So, what did he do? He didn't just ask for more effort. He changed the game entirely. In 1914, Ford did something unheard of. He doubled his workers' wages to $5 a day. That's over $140 in today's money. The newspapers called him crazy. His competitors thought he was insane, but Ford wasn't being charitable. He was being strategic. He understood a core principle of human behavior. Incentives drive action. This wasn't just about the money. The $5 day was a powerful psychological tool. First, it created a sense of reciprocity. Ford gave his workers something extraordinary, and they felt a powerful obligation to give back their loyalty and best effort. The factory, once a revolving door, suddenly had thousands of people lining up for jobs. Turnover plummeted. Second, it tapped into the power of social proof. When everyone wants to work at Ford, it sends a clear message. This is the best place to be. It created an elite status for his workers, boosting their morale and pride. They weren't just assembling parts. They were part of a revolutionary movement, building the future. They were Ford men. And here's the masterstroke of persuasion. By paying his workers enough to afford the very cars they were building, Ford turned his employees into his customers. He wasn't just creating producers, he was creating a market. This created a self-reinforcing cycle of success. The more cars they built, the more people could afford them, and the bigger Ford's empire grew. It's a brilliant example of aligning incentives. So what's the takeaway for us? It's that understanding what truly motivates people is the key to persuasion and success. It's not always about grand speeches or complex arguments. Sometimes it is about understanding the fundamental needs and desires that drive us all. The need for security, the desire for status, and the feeling of being part of something bigger than ourselves. Henry Ford didn't just build a car. He built a system based on a deep understanding of human psychology. He showed that if you can align someone's personal interests with your own goals, you don't need to persuade them with words. Their own motivation will do the work for you. It's a lesson that's as relevant today in our own lives, our careers, and our relationships as it was on the assembly lines of Detroit over a century ago. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the psychology of success.